It's a heavyweight battle for the 8th stop of the end-of-year tour between two sides who come off losses last week and will look to put things right. It's England versus South Africa, and a match of two favourites for an upcoming World Cup that will be here in Twickenham and not too far away now. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the end-of-year tour. We're in the 8th stop now of the series, and England are back at home here at Twickenham to face off against the Springboks. Now the English side for today, gutting after last week's loss to the All Blacks, where they went down in a last-second try to Julian Savea. That was 7 points to 3. They'll be looking to bounce back. It was a good performance from the English, but just didn't show enough attacking intent, relied too much on the lead they had, and in the end it cost them. But they'll be looking to push forward here and take it out on the Springboks. Now, interestingly enough, their team hasn't had a huge amount of changes. Noticeably, it's Watson who comes in on the right wing. Apart from that, it's much of the same from England, who will want to put this tour back on track here at home against South Africa. The Springboks, well, they have plenty to prove as well. Coming off a loss just like their opponents today, 17 points to 7. They went down to a spirited Irish performance last week. Now they have to put things back in order. They need to get their gear back in action. Their team, as always, is fantastic. When you have the likes of a man, Patrick Lambie, who can come in behind the likes of Steyn, behind Pollard, just huge talent in that number 10 jumper. Inside him will be interesting to see how Reinhardt goes in the number 9 jumper, if he can step it up here to international level. The other change, of course, JP Peterson coming in on the right wing, Schockberger at open side, and Adrian Strauss will start in hooker for Bismarck du Plessis. But it is, like always, a strong Springbok side. Question is, can they face up here? It's going to be a tough battle between two massive forward packs, or will they look to head to the width where both teams have a plentiful of talent as well? It's going to be a match worth watching between two sides who will be desperately keen to hit back after losses last week. We are set to get underway. It will be South Africa kicking off. Patrick Lambie in the green of South Africa up against the white of England, and we're underway. Stop 8 of the end-of-year tour here, Twickenham Stadium, packed house for the English fans, and Farrell gets the ball, and away come England quickly. Looks like they're going to run it out through Barrett. Barrett goes short to May. May's one-on-one, and he slips the pass to Cole Eastman, and Eastman will have the speed. The only chase from It's a Beef, and Cole Eastman, to the delight of all the English fans, will get the first try in the opening couple of minutes. England strike first almost instantly, not one single breakdown, and England have the lead by 5. Cole Eastman, what a start, but Johnny May teed it up, put it on a silver platter, and his inside centre had enough speed. He only had forwards chasing. A great finish, and England off to a good start. It's exactly what they need to. Anything less will be not good enough against the Springbok side, because they will come fighting back. You can guarantee that. Habana could only watch as Eastman trotted over right under the sticks as well. England had the lead. It's 5-0 to the English, the home side. 8th stop of this series. And, well, the Northern Hemisphere sides, have to say, have not performed too well so far on the tour, as Owen Farrell steps up and he nudges that one around the outside of the uprights. Goodness, that's a horrible miss there from Farrell. Almost put too much faith in the wind and just curled it around the outside of the post. Wrong way around, Farrell. And England start their game off splendidly, and they lead 5-0 as Wilson climbs high and he throws the offload on the ground and is picked up from Vermeulen. And South Africa instantly have the ball back. Here's Reinhardt. Can he link up? Oh, Taurera with a good piece of play, finding JP Peterson.
Release.
England's defence down the short side, not at his best there. Taurera just about finding them out. Here he is again, the big man, and again he offloads to Berger, and he's just about got away with it. But it is Vunipola. He is in some strife. Captain Robshaw by his side, but it's yellow card for the big number 8. 10 in the bin for Vunipola, and that could really hurt England here. South Africa, interesting call here. They've gone for the line-outs, and Lambie's chopped that one 10 or 15 metres out from the English line. Wow, this is interesting here. Not going for the points when England only have one unconverted try. Could have been 5-3, a gimme for Lambie, but here comes the line out. It's a beat at the front, and they maul on the back end. The forwards get involved. And Taurera plays scrum half, goes short side again, and then squeezed out from Peterson. A monster is Vermeulen. Laws picks him up and throws the ball out to Eastman. And behind again is Cole Eastman. Looks to kick over the top. Chasing back is Abana with LaRue and Lambie. Numbers here for the Springboks, but South Africa in trouble as England are chasing hard. It's Serfontaine. He's going to run it out himself. Oh, he's in a whole pile of trouble. Release. He's gone short, and England monstered him. Just a chance here if England get this ball. An epic battle at the breakdown, but they've got it. England back in control. Kerr, Watson, short pass to Laws. Over the top has to be Numbers. The defence has converged nicely, but it will be Johnny May. Over on the left side. Beautiful finish. And England lead by 10. Johnny May created number 1. Scores number 2, but how good did the Springboks defence come back together there? It was just one phase off that kick. South Africa only had 3 players at that point back. Somehow everyone managed to get back before the recycled ball. There was a big battle for the ball in that ruck. It did take an awfully long time. Watson did well. Laws has been a monster in this match already. Huge tackles, ruck turnovers, and now a catch and offload that any back would be proud of. Beautiful hands. And Courtney Laws, well, he's playing out of his skin at the moment. And Owen Farrell will be back at the kicking tee. It's 10-0. Strong wind. Now he has to judge it better. Steps up. Hits it nicely. And it sails between the uprights. Easy one. Made it look easy at least. Unlike his first one from right in front, Farrell gets it. It's 12-0. England leading over the Springboks from South Africa, and here we have Vunipola back on the field for England. Well, if anything, that just boosted them up. Man in the bin, and they've stepped it up again. They've got their second try, and they lead by 12-0. Here's Lambie. He'll get us back underway. Deep towards the 22, and Wood picks it up, finds Hartley. Oh, who gets hammered? Release. Big shot there on Hartley. England struggle to retain this ball, and they look like they might lose it. Laws can't help them there. And Matfield, short for Yanni du Plessis. Big pass over the top, and JP Peterson will dot down in the corner, and South Africa hit back in almost an instant. What a pass from Yanni du Plessis. And he gives the ball JP Peterson. No troubles finishing that. Look at this, Matfield. Du Plessis, big pass. That was an absolute stunner from du Plessis, and Peterson scampers away to the corner, puts that one down. South Africa back in the match. Look at this, veterans of the Springbok gang here. Matfield and du Plessis combining sensationally to put that one away in the corner for JP Peterson. Back in the squad today for Hendricks. But how good's Cornell Hendricks been? It's again an embarrassment of riches here for the Springboks to bring on a man of experience and talent like Peterson. As Lambie steps up, the wind is not quite going to help him at all, and it holds his line quite remarkably after the other kicks have all turned and shaped very big. But that one just stayed straight for Lambie, and unfortunately for the Springboks, unsuccessful conversion. But we're back at halfway here with Farrell to kick us back underway. Left side, right side he goes, and up it's high, and Laws and Watson beautifully clears that one up, and it's going to be England who hit the ball straight back. 12-5 the score, and here we go with Wilson finding Wood, and intercept from Serfontaine, and he's going to run it for the corner. It's Brown giving chase, Serfontaine, but he's taken on the 22. What an intercept from Serfontaine, just about all the way. Could have even had a spectacular try. Here's Renner, goal hammered, finds Lambie, who gets taken out with the third tackler from Wood. South Africa right on top of this now. Has his wide again for Peterson. Now he's got he just had to find the pass inside. And Vermeulen was there waiting. No one in front of him. Peterson bombs it. Well, could have been another beauty. There was Vermeulen.
Crouch.
Just on his shoulder,
Crouch.
just had to pop it up. Loose carry from Peterson, loses the ball. A credit again to Brown at the back, puts in a punishing hit and holds them out. Scrum feed for England. Keir feeds and Vunipola back on the field, waits at the back, and Keir goes back to Farrell, who's deep on the in goal. And he thumps this one downfield, nicely done. LaRue throws it to him, throws it into touch himself. What's going on there from LaRue? Edward gets it. He's not sure what's going on either. Wild pass. Hartley, he's in his in goal. Oh, Matfield! Matfield picks up the loose ball. And Matfield scores. South Africa get their second. And this game is all of a sudden back where it started, almost tied up. Thanks to Victor Matfield pouncing on a mistake. Look at that spiral there from Willie LaRue, but I don't think England really understood what was happening here, because LaRue threw the ball to himself in touch and then carried on going. It shouldn't have been play on at all. His throw was off the money, and then England couldn't find a back to save themselves, looking for Barrett. He lost the ball completely between his legs, and that man, the veteran, Victor Matfield, dives on the loose one and spoils to the veteran. A rare try for him. Here's Lambie to put it all up where she started. 12-all. Hits it nicely. An easy one from right in front. We are all tied up. Back to the beginning for this one. It's 12-12. England and South Africa all tied up here. Couple of minutes to go till half time. And Farrell again will kick against the wind. Up it goes, high into the night sky. Beautiful night too. And oh, what a play there from Yanni du Plessis as Edward gets the intercept, and Wilson fires it wide for Farrell. Numbers here on the left as half-time blows. Intercepted again. And it's going to be South Africa going through Strauss. Back to Reinach. Oh, and another high shot. Well, England are not learning their lessons at all here. Keir with the high tackle on his opposite number as he looked to end the half and kick it to touch. The intent is clear here from the Springboks. There it is. This one will go on to touch easily from Lambie, and we will head to half time. The way we started the first half, tied up at 12-all. 2 tries, 1 conversion each, as we have our half-time break here. But South Africa should be aggrieved not being in the lead. Of course, England did dominate the opening exchanges, but it was South Africa who come flying back into the match and have really shown their intent at scoring tries. 2 beauties, 1 big mistake from England. But looking at the stats here, possession is 55, territory 62, both to the Springboks. Handling errors is what is letting England down, 5-1. And of course, the high tackles, yellow card for Vunipola, not a helping hand at all for them. Tackles are dead even, 16 apiece, but the penalties and the handling errors are what are letting England down quite badly at the moment. If they can clean that up, it could be a match for their taking in the second half here in Twickenham. Can they get rid of those horrors from the All Blacks last week? We will find out in the next 40 minutes. England, South Africa, all tied up. 12-all here and stop 8 of the end of year tour. Let's get back down to the action for the second half. It will be England through Farrell to kick us back off. Wind, of course, now for England is going from left to right as Farrell pumps this one up. Big high one to the left side. It's not gone 10. It's been left to bounce. And South Africa leave it alone. And Schockberger had a little go at it, but too late, over the line. And we've gone back to halfway. Kick-off not going 10 metres from Farrell. A big mistake. A novice mistake, really, from someone with his experience. It's a scrum feed for the Springboks. Oh, England have got this one back. No. South Africa hit back with another big shove, and we're going side to side here. The ball bobbling around in the middle of the scrum, but finally Vermeulen sees it at the back. Reinach goes to Serfontaine, who's hammered, but gets the ball away to Habana, and Watson just manages to pull him down on halfway. And Tawarera Good offload from the big man, De Villiers. Serfontaine again. Serfontaine's in. He's behind us. Brown. 2-on-1. It's Matfield. Got past. Oh, and Lambie has sold in the whole shop of dummies and gone in for the try. Third try for the Springboks, and they take the lead for the first time in the match. Wow, what a try from Lambie. It was all created from Serfontaine, who went straight through. Brown did good work here. He didn't commit, but then it was the big show and tell from Patrick Lambie that left him in the dust as Mike Brown went scurrying over the touchline. Watch this and learn for any of you kiddies out there. There it was, show and tell, a little bit of a swipe out of the way as well. No chance for England defence. He still had a man with him as well, didn't require the assistance. And the Springboks take the lead, first time in the match. Here's Lambie. Again, he's close to that upright. He strucks it. He has hit it. And it has gone wide. So not quite getting his line right here from the right-hand side of the field. Patrick Lambie. Two of them going awfully close to that upright. The second one hits it. And we're back at halfway, just a few minutes after the kickoff to the second half. It is the Springboks leading 17-12 as Farrell goes high and Robshaw pulls it in. Oh, beautiful ball! And Hartley in a massive line of space finds Marler. Marler running through. Oh, was offloaded. Finds Matfield. And now we're here with big run through the middle from Coetzee. Renard. Oh, and Renard's knocked it on. It's picked up from Vunipola. Big chance here for England. Can they score? Can they finish? Barrett swats. Barrett fends and he goes dummying. Trying to get past. A good tackle from Philly LaRue. Marler at the back. Goes himself. Creates a space. Wood in the midst of the tackle. Eastman. Big pass. May for the corner. Johnny May gets a second. What a show of speed from Johnny May. Brilliant acceleration. Straight into the corner. And we're all tied up now. 17 apiece. Kick still to come from England. Owen Farrell, the chance to be the difference here. What a run though. What a big break this was. Eastman showing some good experience there. And so was Wood as well. You can see this here. Marler drew in, but it was Wood there. And then Eastman, that drew in two defenders, put the indecision in. And once May got that ball, he knew he had the speed to get to that corner. JP Peterson caught in two minds, whether to go wide, whether to come in. And in the end, not enough speed on his tail to catch up with Johnny May. Now here's a tough one for Farrell. The wind going from his left side and he's completely messed it up. Too much trust in the wind, Farrell. But a hard kick there to try and get that one to swing into the post from that angle was very difficult. But we're all tied up back here again, 17 all, where it all began. And Lambie kicks off. England to receive. Oh, it's left to bounce again. Mistake from Barrett. And the ball goes into touch. Well, the call here from the ref is back to halfway. Should be a line out. The ball bounced, but another mistake from this ref. And England will not complain at all. They have the option to take the scrum, or of course a line out, or retake the kick, but 90% of the time you'll find teams will be happy with the set piece right on the halfway line. As Danny Keir feeds a scrum. Last time these two sides met in a scrum here, it was an epic battle with both teams switching possession. Vunipola will run it out himself, and he runs straight at Habana. Watson, good pass into tackle to Eastman. Eastman breaks through, grabs around Philly LaRue. He's got Serfontaine. Oh, he gets away, and he scores. Cole Eastman, another one for him. He's got a double. Well, haven't seen that tonight already from either of these sides, but Carl Eastman, beautiful footwork. Watch him go around. Great pass from Watson, but he puts the grubber in around Philly LaRue. Serfontaine gave chase, but what happened there? He just miscommitted completely. And Carl Eastman went unopposed all the way in. Here we go. This is the magic moment. Serfontaine should have never have left that chase at all. Philly LaRue got smoked. Couldn't get the ball anywhere near his body. Deflection was the answer. Serfontaine was the answer as well. But Kyle Eastman defied them both and scored, well, what could be a match-winning try with 15 to go. It's 22-17, and here is Farrell lining up a beautiful shot at goal. That is how it is done. Not been a great night for goal kickers here, but 24-17. England are hanging on to this lead, but it's only going to take one more score here from the Springboks to bring it all back level. As Lambie, oh, he's gone very short, and Wood picks it up to Barrett. Oh, great hands as Watson, oh, somehow tried to pass it back in. The ball has been going to the Springboks. An advantage for a forward pass. Quickly over as Etzebeth finds De Villiers, the captain, shovels it out, and a couple of round passes. Oh, Vunipola, beautiful tackle on Serfontaine, and draws a penalty from the outside centre. Great work there from Vunipola, making up for his yellow card. Definitely there. And Farrell wins strongly against him, makes no mistake of putting that into touch. Worst thing you can possibly do is let that one not go out. And they will have the line out with 8 to go. Farrell, beautiful touch finder, but here is Hartley. 5-man line out. He's got Atwood, he's got Laws, doesn't require Laws, goes to Atwood at the front, and Robshaw runs it first line. Farrell, big kitchen pass, Eastman to Barrett. Oh, good one-on-one tackle from Brian Habana. Haven't seen him all night, but there's some impact. Defensively intercepted now. Habana with a couple of plays inside minutes. As South Africa have the ball, Lambie, short ball to De Villiers, who gets monstered from Atwood, and he turns it over to Boot. Now he finds May. May goes it to Peterson, and now we've got a one-on-one of those two again, but he's offloaded it, and to ground goes Vermeulen for the Springboks. Here's Berger, back in for all. Duplessis, chopped down, a great tackle. Vermeulen again, running, cuts it back for Courtsair. Now here's JP Peterson. He's got trouble. He needs the support, but he can't find it. Springboks so close. We are very close here. 80 minutes left. The lead is just 7. Berger, big ball. It's some Torreira going Habana for the corner. Oh, Eastman saves the day. Carl Eastman with a try-saving, possibly match-winning tackle, or at least shove on Habana, and that is full time. Carl Eastman has been the saviour for England. Habana for the corner, scores that one 999,000 times out of 1,000,000. That is a try-saver, that is a match-saver. Carl Eastman has done it for England. Habana could have put them within a chance of levelling this one up. It finally ends up 24-17, full-time England with the win over South Africa. Let's check out the scorers here, and it was Johnny May with 2 and Carl Eastman with 2 each. That is 4 tries for England. Farrell had an off day with the boot, but the wind was tough to contend with, as you see with Lambie on the other side. 2 from 4 for Farrell as well as for Lambie. He got 1 from 3, Matfield, Lambie and Peterson getting the tries for the Springboks. 24-17, a difference of just 7, and a very entertaining match between these two world heavyweights of rugby. And the stats for full time between these two sides: possession and territory both going 1 each. 52% of possession for England, 52 of territory for South Africa. Both sides making plenty of kicks, 13 to 12, and both with 6 line breaks apiece. That is interesting stat, and plenty of tries to boot as well. Penalties, it's pretty rough. 2 penalties from England and 1 conceded from the Springboks. The yellow card, of course, for Vunipola, and 3 well-contested scrums as well between 2 very forward-orientated sides. And an epic match between these two sides. England are the ones who get their noses in front, and they have their win, their first one here of the tour. South Africa, though, have gone 2 without a win, and they'll be desperately keen to get something out of their next match. what they need to get the win. Nothing short of that in this series. So that is my time done and dusted for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this end of year tour series. I'll be back again for stop number 9, which is likely to be France versus Australia, and I hope to see you all there. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you for our next match. Until then, take care.